Today is day 6. Is it day 6? Is it day 6? I'm not sure. I can't count. I don't know. It's so simple. I can't count. It's day 6, October 11, 2019. Friday. Current time is 11:40 p.m. Bedtime is around 5 hours and 30 minutes. Background is lo-fi music playlist from the channel Cozy. So I decided to try another music because maybe the rain and the storm and the noise was contributing to my horror dreams. So I decided to try some lo-fi music. Slept at 7:50 a.m. Nothing I can remember in the sleep. I woke up at 9:36 a.m. I went out and peed and went back to bed. Now, this dream right now is a bit different because finally, after almost a week of horror dreams, because I had to get up and what? I had to get up and disrupt my bedtime to write this because I did not want to forget this. So yeah, this dream was different. So I went up. I Even though I thought of just going back to sleep, I went up and wrote this because I don't want to forget it. I still am missing pieces of the dream, but at least I remember people. Dream start. I had 4 different love interests in the dream. Yeah, 4. All at the same time. So it definitely was movie-ish because someone having a love interest in me doesn't happen in real life. It has never happened. It's probably never going to happen. So number 1, 2, why is it so freaking hot though? So number 1, 2, and 3 are, it's so hot. 1, 2, and 3 I think are the same entity but 3 different people. Again, number 1, 2, and 3 I think are the same entity, but they are 3 different people. I don't know if that makes sense. Dude number 1. I remember we would see each other in the cafeteria, but don't really interact. He was American. He had blonde hair, not really manly, just slightly shorter than me, and I don't know him. Cut to dude number 2. I was in a room with M, the same M from day 1. Room was unfamiliar. I was daring him to kiss me, and he did. And then the view turned into this back shot, his back, and I was facing at the camera. One photo was taken, he was kissing my neck, and my arms was like that, and my arms was in his thigh area. And another photo with us kissing in the lips, and this time my hand moved to his butt. Rated PG. And the view goes back to real time. We were kissing, and then we went in the bed. Also, this room is not a room I really know. You know what I realized? There's actually 5 love interests in the dream, but they changed to different people randomly. It's not like there were 5 stories in total. The person I'm with changes as it's like it's one story, but as the story goes, it's like the person is 5 people. In the bed, I am now with dude number 3, and he is this is so pedophilic. Dude number 3 is Yan or Ian De Jesus. He's a dancer that I've seen on TikTok. He's cute, but he is literally 16 years old, I think. But I did thought he was around his 20s already. So I am not a pedophile. I was on top of him, and then I kissed him. It had so much force that I flipped. It's like I kissed him, and then I flipped, and then he also flipped. So we both flipped out of the bed. We got both bleeding. It's so freaking. Can I just please take this off because It's way too hot. I guess we got up. Both of us were bleeding. I guess because we both had braces. Stupid. That's a stupid reason to be bleeding in the mouth. And then a few of my brackets fell off. Like this one. Yeah, this one. I think this one fell off. It fell off. And then something happened in the right, like in the molar, the tube. Something happened with it, and I pulled the wire, and it just went off. That's the real horror story. When the wire went off, I had this kind of flashback feeling, but in the form of an audio. Like, I had a flashback, but I didn't really see it, but I could hear it and I can feel it, but I also could not understand what it meant. The flashback also wasn't a good feeling. It wasn't good. I asked Ian if he was okay since he was bleeding as well, but he always had that confused face that he always seems to have. I don't know, like when I look at Ian, when I look at his face, he's always confused. Then someone I really hope he doesn't see this. He will not see this. Then someone I really didn't like entered the room, and it just surged so much negativity that I cried and got comforted by Ian. Ian went out the door, seemingly had his friends waiting for him outside in their motorcycles. I think he was also about to ride his motorcycle, and then I semi-closed the door, and as I was about to close the door, I sighed, like, because everybody just leaves me. Everybody just leaves me all the time. And then he did, I think, look and try to like. I think he kind of did that in a dream, but I closed it anyway. Then someone was then in the room. It's still freaking hot. Someone was then in the room, and it was an acquaintance back in college. He still seems to be the same entity in the dream, but not the same person. Let's call him A. He was comforting me, and then we kissed, and then some horror thing happened because we were bleeding again. And now I remember that before bedtime, I did listen to a creepypasta called They Took Our Tongues, about a guy that comes home with a bug in his mouth that controls what he says. Then eventually he passes it. This is the creepypasta, by the way. This is not the dream. Then eventually he passes it on to his, I think, also husband, because I think they were both guys, as how I'm understanding the script. The bug then transfers to the other dude, and then that was the title. They Took Our Tongues. So yeah, the dream. Back to the dream. A and I were confused, I guess because we kissed, and I don't know. I'm just confused. Next scene, I'm in some kind of establishment, and a guy who I seem to already know in the dream approaches me and seems to show some love interest. The guy is Paul McGovern, the straight dude in Michael Henry's videos. Paul is so adorable. Like, he's not buffed, but I don't know, his face looks so cute, and he looks so manly. Like, his person is so manly, even though he's not buffed. And I'm not saying that you need to be buffed to be manly, but he just looks so manly to me. So yeah, he seemed to show some interest in me, but it was a bit uncertain. We get into an elevator, and no, we did not do it in the elevator. We got to the ground floor, which seems to be the cafeteria in the very first scene, and as I'm thinking about it now, I think Ian, and A and Paul were the same entity, because now I see person 1, the blonde dude, in the cafeteria. What? I did not understand what I just wrote. Paul. The 4 of them were the same entity, but the blonde dude was a different one, because I saw both of entity 1 and entity 2 at the same time. I think that's what I meant. It says here, wait, now I'm confused again because the blonde dude seems to have the same aura with Ian. Oh yeah, the blonde dude had the same aura like this. The blonde dude felt like he was Ian. Like he felt like the way he left me during the scene, like where I closed the door and it's so dramatic. Like I felt that feeling with the blonde dude. And then, but then did saw the blonde dude with another guy, which I did not know. I could not identify. Paul held my hand as we walked, and then the blonde dude stopped us, acting all jealous, even though he was with another guy. He made us sit on their table, so there were four of us total in the table. The blonde dude, me, and then Paul. There was minimal food, like there was this little cup of yogurt, I think. And I think the blonde dude gave it to us. Like, how are we supposed to share this tiny food? Anyway, he gave it with a jealous tone. Like, he was just all jealous. Hi, sana all. Sana realistic. Paul got out of the table, and everything in my head as of writing this is just a mess. I feel like I'm having all of these jumbled up, like the events jumbled up, and some scenes, I'm forgetting some of the specific parts of the scenes that I can't remember because I don't know where to insert it or what it even is. I got up at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. I got up at 11 a.m. Something I can't believe I forgot. I forgot to get this stuff. I really need to write this shit better because I cannot understand my own writing. Unfortunately, that's all I can make out of that dream right now. But it's weird how I just get so much to remember when my sleep is way cut. So I had like less than 2 hours, I don't know, an hour and a half, an hour of sleep during that whole dream. But I remember a lot, and it happens so often that whenever my sleep is so short, I remember a lot of shit. Why is that? Why is that? Or maybe I didn't fall asleep at all. That's why I remember so many things. Like, I'm also wondering, maybe the reason why I remember the dreams is because I never actually fell asleep and I'm just imagining it and consciously making the dream. I went back to sleep at 2:10 p.m. and I got up at 5:35 p.m. and it was a bit of annoying because I really felt like I had a very adventure-ish fantasy dream because I can feel it when I woke up. Like, I felt that I really had a good fantasy dream, but there's nothing I can remember. That sucks. Yeah. That's day 6. That was day 6.